where they're over-helping. He also said this, and I love this about Michael Malone, we have to force Utah to call that first timeout, so that's always a goal in the second half for this Denver team.
All right, Rebecca, we'll see how they fare here in the first couple of minutes. We talked about Denver's defensive issues, especially since the restart here in Orlando. Just have not been the same team from an efficiency standpoint. Barton struggled when they came out of the All-Star break. They were actually the first team that shut down their facility once the pandemic started to sweep the country due to some COVID-related issues around the team. When they showed up here to Orlando, they only had 8 players that made the trip initially, so it's just kind of been something thrown together, and it seems like they've been playing catch-up. Three-pointer, no. Murray able to track it down underneath to Millsap. It's deflected and stolen by Gobert. Mitchell out of the fray. Here comes Conley. Up top. Gobert couldn't finish. Thought he was fouled.
Well, Millsap got inside of him and made the catch difficult.
Morris distributes. Here is Jokic. Back to the rim, no. Loose ball, Morris. Right in his breadbasket.
Need great effort and then keep the game close, and hopefully down the stretch, Murray and Jokic in that pick and roll can take over. If that's the case, I think these coaches are going to be encouraging all of their players to time, the birth of their children around playoff time. Of course, this year, that would have been difficult to do.
Nothing like a little paternity leave in the middle of a playoff series to start your...
They've got to get their defense going and get some stops.
There's a 3 for Conley, splash!
Nuggets make an adjustment on this pick and roll here the rest of the way.
And if they can't figure that out, and their defense in general, their season may in fact be coming to an end here tonight in Game 5. Jokic, can he put this team on his back? Shot clock down to 2. That's an open 3. Got it.
But Murray did a good job getting over the screen that time.
This will be a foul on the drive. It's a Utah team that won 50 games last year before that opening round exit to James Harden in Houston. Led to the sweeping changes by the front office in the offseason. The Bogdanovich signing, Mike Conley. And here they are, a chance to get to the semis 1 year later. Mitchell unable to put it down.
That was great individual defense there by Torrey Craig, forcing him into a tough shot. It does happen often.
I'm just teasing.
Much more so when I'm sitting up here than when I was where Michael Malone is.
That's true. Here's Craig, another 3, a little bit short, and the rebound by Gobert. So 8.5 to play, third quarter. Here comes Mitchell out to O'Neal. And the rebound by Jokic, that is his 6th. Denver shooting 43% if you're down. Try to walk it off. First field goal from Millsap. Mitchell got it.
Away from Jokic. That's the fault of the perimeter defense.
3 threes from Mitchell. He's got 18 to lead Utah. Murray trying to answer at the other end. Shot advance to the semis and pull off what would be such an impressive opening round series win against the... Obviously, injuries have played a factor for both of these teams. Murray, gorgeous finger roll.
Seen anything. Gobert is still playing on the drop on the pick and roll into the paint. They're playing him one-on-one in the post. Everything's the same.
Took his usual rest to begin the second quarter. Just hasn't had the same impact. So we crossed the 7-minute mark, third quarter. Game 5 between Denver and Utah.
An elimination game. They're going to put Jamal Murray in pick and rolls and handoffs with Jokic.
Millsap thought about it. Jokic from deep. Off the back of the rim, and the rebound by O'Neal.
He's going to have that shot all night long, but let's not be deceived. On the year, he was only a 31% three-point shooter. He's been on fire here in this first round series. But we can't expect him to shoot 50 or 60% from 3.
Cup couldn't put it down. Grant, and he can at the other end.
To trap Mitchell's pick and rolls with Jokic, which will leave Gobert open on the roll, but then Gobert is going to have to make the plays.
Mitchell setting the table, dropping a dime to close.
Well, Mitchell split Michael Porter Jr. on the pick and roll 2 times in that same possession. and got into the paint. This is the dilemma with Michael Porter Jr. You want his offense on the floor, but he's not giving you anything.
13 points after that last lay-in. Murray out to Porter, steps into a three, missed it. Fight for the officials. It was fascinating to watch over the last month. Ingles, offensive foul against the Jazz. Utah throw whistle, here comes Ingles. Here he comes down the paint, lobs it inside, it's broken up by Jokic. Out to Ingles on a three, that's no good. Well, just to get back to Jordan Clarkson, coach, 17 of their 23 bench points have come from Clarkson tonight. He has been magnificent. Murray taking flight, puts it down. Boy, challenging.
Once you're split, it's basically 5-on-3, impossible to get a stop.
And Utah's lead back to a dozen. Porter outside Murray, deep three, got it. 9 since halftime.
They're right there. They're still in shouting distance.
In fact, he scored 9 of their last 11. Niang off the bench.
Going. He's going to have the ball in his hands all of the time, but Denver needs some stops.
Third assist of the night for Jokic. Here comes Mitchell looking for his. Kick out pass is intercepted by Murray. Up the floor, here comes Craig in the transition. A little bit too strong on the scoop.
Difficult shot. They needed a better one after their best defensive possession in the last few minutes.
Here comes Clarkson, who's been so lethal off the bench. And a turnover. O'Neal caught it. Obviously desperate to keep his season alive, looking for some kind of a spark. Murray with a tough leaner, and he just keeps on coming for the Nuggets. The season with that leg injury. So many injuries that they've had. As Gobert is turned back. Jokic with the interior defense. And what's the call here? It'll be a kick. 15 of Denver's last 15 points, and he's got some help here. And here come the Denver Nuggets. They are within 6 after trailing by as many as 15. Clarkson well short. The Utah Jazz looking for their first playoff series win since 2018. Denver trying to extend this series to a game 6. Murray. Shot clock down to 3, turns and shoots off the back of the rim. And Conley picks up the loose change. Here he comes down the paint, knocked out of his hand.
Defense by Dozier.
Murray!
Try to get stops. Great play by PJ Dozier. They've got him on Mike Conley right now.
Offensive foul on Conley. And stand that
transition, but 2 great defensive plays by PJ Dozier.
Murray inside, incredible.
Everything, and he's right by them, and then a tremendous finish.
Gobert!
Just not able at all to contain the ball and pick and roll when his guy sets the screen.
Murray trying to create some space. Utah is out of fouls here. Final 13 seconds of the quarter. Trying to bottle up Murray. Find some daylight against Gobert. That's a long 2. No. Final seconds, knocked out of bounds.